Good morning, duelists. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys have had a phenomenal week. I know that I have because we just finished up with double OTS weekend between Dubbo and Orange, and it was quite an eventful weekend actually. I went into it thinking that I wasn't going to do too well, but if you guys can read the title, the best possible outcome happened. So I took K9 Vanquish Soul to locals on the Friday, which was the day before the Dubbo OTS, and not gonna lie, I did pretty horribly. I think my round 1 and 2, I opened Snow Devil all of 5 times, which is a real talent, honestly. I don't know if I should be mad at that or not, considering it's a one-of. So yeah, hopes were pretty low. I was really considering cutting the Snow Devil, and then I was like, well, I can't really cut the Snow Devil, so I have to make something happen here. But thankfully Jackson gave me some advice on deck building and it worked out really well. So after making some adjustments to the deck, I was ready for day 1 at Dubbo.
Good morning, duelists. It is that time again. We have our double OTS between Dubbo and Orange. So that means that we have to try hard again to get our invite for next year. This time, not this year, because we missed out on that. We are playing the K9 Vanquish Soul deck because the K9 stuff just recently came out in Justice Hunters. A few of us are on different decks. I know Caleb's on a K9 variant and Jackson and Patrick are on the Yummers. And supposedly the Dubbo guys are mostly on Draco Tail, so that'll be a very interesting turn of events for today. Just currently waiting on Jackson to come pick us up. We've got our trade binder with us, as well as our staple binder in the backpack, just because I'm not completely sold on the deck list just yet, so I might try and do some testing on the way to Dubbo and figure out what else I might want to throw in just to make it a little bit more consistent, or basically the side actually. The side deck is so incomplete. Jackson, where's my bean milk?
Go find a lactating woman. There's probably
You like that, did you, Jesse? That's funny.
He's got the camera out and I just go find a lactating woman. Fuck off.
Jackson, give words of wisdom.
Hand trap until they stop.
We're gonna go find a lactating woman. Hey, I can remove this take with one word if you would like me to.
Go on then.
I'll have 3 bowls of the biggest noodles you've got. No sauce, dry. Boil them, and then evaporate out all the water.
Burger.
Yeah.
Well, what is Burger Urge gonna do if I go to pay, but I go chain burger, bounce Mad Love, burger effects?
When they ask you to pay, hand them an ash and a crow, and then
Show them a
burn
dark and a fire. Payment for a burger.
That'll be 15.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Let's pull a QCR hole.
Pull it packs outside.
Give me one extra. Is that yours? Like the worst
Hell
secret
yeah.
set.
Still, it's a secret.
That's true. Only Susan you are, so we don't really care about secrets. The hand star!
This is a flex.
Apparently it's cooked. Yo, Medius. That's sick.
That card's gonna be good someday. I guarantee it.
I mean, yeah.
It's lore cards.
Yeah, like,
Lucky last, don't blow away.
Yo! Jericho!
You had his out. I'm sure you had it all before, but never really had a doubt. I don't believe what anybody feels the way I do about you now.
I wasn't saying anything sus this time. I was shit talking tempo, as they should. I'm not playing tempo. Thoughts?
What the Tempai player would say.
I hate this.
I literally said last night.
I'm him. I'm that boy. Go on, say the funny words.
Not yet.
Say the funny word. Do the
Fucking
roll.
hate this game.
Alrighty, we finished up round 1 and 2. Both games were a mirror match. I think that's all the Vanquish Soul K9s for the day.
No, you got one more.
One more, fuck!
You'll get it too.
Ah, I don't want to play the mirror.
No, last round, shit matchups, and we'll play again.
Don't make my fucking brain work anymore than it has to. Trying to time those K9 cards is so fucking hard. Not a fan.
It's difficult. It's fun. And then you suffer from like you've activated card in grave, and
Yeah.
then everyone else triggers.
It's weird how they can trigger each other.
Yeah, they work. They bounce off each other quite well.
Yeah. So the mirror match just becomes that extra added layer.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2-0 currently. There's 3 more rounds left after this. Matthew, how are you going?
Billie Jean is indeed not my lover. She's just a girl who thinks I'm the one.
No one would think that though.
Yeah.
Hey, we played all 3 rounds.
A quick funny little tidbit. He went Borga draw, and I told him that I'd give him the Snow Devil draw. What did you draw?
The trap.
He drew Snow Devil.
Yeah. I fucking hate that card.
I hate that card with a passion. The amount of times that I've opened that card, even today, like I've opened it twice today already, and it's round 2.
I've only
Did I tell you that I opened it like 5 times in 2 games?
Yeah.
Worst card. I was devastated. Then I got.
you were pretty you were so close to cutting it or siding it.
I would have cut it, honestly. If it wasn't for the fact that time is such a thing and combo decks are also such a fucking thing.
Yeah.
I wonder who I'm talking
I
about.
don't take 10-minute turns. It's not my fault.
The white ones.
We made it to table 1, fellas.
When they come off the white.
We're living on a dream. Time to get yummied.
Maybe.
Jackson's right here too.
This is the.
And me, JK.
You got to cut right when I get super.
Just finished up round 3. We had Jesse, and we got shit mixed. We got to game 3, didn't we?
Oh, I should mention.
Yeah, we went to game 3. My hand was
Lightly had your shit next.
Yeah. I think it was Caesar, Sue, and Duster, Thrust. Otherwise, would have been a cracked hand if I had a proper starter. And then, yeah, he ended up getting it. Living on a dream now.
I struggle in the long game.
Do we finally get a Jack?
I really love this game. It's really rewarding, and I'm glad I spent so much money on a fucking K9 core.
We can't use any of that footage. Retake it.
I fucking hate this game.
Yeah, there we go.
All the fellas are lining up for the burger.
Got the and not burn for 15.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Hello, it's me again. I had a bit of a goober brain moment after round 5 and forgot to film my post round 5 update, so this is it. Round 5 we play against Yummy, piloted by Patrick. Game 1 he wins the die roll, so he got to go first. We dropped a double full loss on him, but he continued to play. By the time he passed turn we just had all the gas, so we just kept on playing through his interruptions and eventually got it. Game 2 we open Thrust, Lightning Storm, Dark Hole, and 2 starters. So we just let him go off. We had no interaction, but luckily he didn't end on the Herald or the Arclight for some reason. So he passes back to us, and our opening move was Dark Hole, his Yummy guys away, and then second interaction was to Lightning Storm some stuff away. He took that opportunity to activate some of his quick effects to get a monster on board. I can't remember which monster it is, they all look the same to me. And whatever he summoned on board activated its effect. I don't know if it was supposed to be negated or not, but it basically allowed my thrust to go live. So we thrusted into a Dark Ruler no more, Dark Rulered his board, and then started comboing on our turn. I passed turn to him, he had nothing to clap back with, so I got that one 2-0? Yeah, 2-0. Which means we ended the day on a 3-1-1 record, so not too bad. Our draw was against the Prime White Blue Eyes deck. Unfortunately, we did end the duel in a draw. After everything was said and done, we came 6th place, which isn't terrible. I think there was 23 players there, so really good effort considering we were having such a bad time with the deck the day prior. And I am really glad that we did come 6th because the prize packs were so blessed.
Just finished up with OTS and we pulled this from our prize packs. Could not be happier with that. That is a phenomenal pull.
That's hot, man. Are you selling it or are you moving it?
I'm probably
What's it worth? Both.
probably keeping for now. I'll see what happens.
So yeah, I did manage to pull the Starlight Holy Sue. I wish I did record this, but at the same time, I think I saved you guys having to hear me scream the loudest I probably screamed before. I just remember opening the pack and seeing the outline of the Starlight, and I was like, ah, cool, there's probably going to be something worth 50 bucks. That's well worth it. And no, it's the best Starlight you can get from the set. So very thrilled that I did manage to pull this. I will probably keep this considering I'm playing Vanquish Soul. So it was just a perfect storm, honestly. So as you could imagine, I did end things on a relatively good note. Come 6th place, pulled a good QCR, also purchased this. This is easily the sickest collectible I have. I've been waiting for so long to pick this up, but I didn't want to go through an online store to get it. I wanted to physically be able to pick it up. I did bide my time a little bit, and then a few days before OTS, the owner from TotalTabletop messaged their group chat and was like, oh, we got these in. I was like, put my name down for the Red Eyes. They did have the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, but I didn't really want to go for either, and I thought that Red Eyes would be a really cool set piece, which, I mean, it is. So you'd think we did so well the previous day, we should make some adjustments to the deck to improve it for the following day. I did not do that. Instead, I went out and hung out with some of my other friends, and I brought Matthew along with me, which, I mean, look at him. My son is making friends. He looks so happy. But Matthew and I did talk about OTS Orange and what we wanted to do a little bit differently. Matthew wasn't too happy with the deck that he was currently on, so I suggested that he borrows my Primite Dragotail Core. After a bit of consideration and researching deck lists and whatnot, he did eventually accept. We made our way back to my place, I gave him the cards, and he went back to his place to do a bit of playtesting and sleeving, but by the time he left it was already 12:30, so I did not have a lot of time to make my own adjustments. So we're going into day 2 with the exact same deck list as day 1. So our hopes for day 2 was much the same as our hopes for day 1. It was pretty low.
Good morning, duelists. Today we are at the Games of More OTS. Yesterday we didn't do too bad. We came 6th place with our Vanquish Soul Canine deck. The matchups weren't too bad. We had 2 mirror matches, and then we had 2 yummies and a Blue Eyes Primite deck. Not too bad. Hopefully we can do a bit better today. I am aiming for the invite, even if it's just 2nd place, but we'll see how we go.
And action.
All the fellas are lining up, and Sarah.
We got them.
Hi. Hello there. Don't ask why am I here. I just like it here.
Why are you? Why are
To
you?
show everyone that even X5 can win.
Today's gonna be the gonna throw back you. By now you should somehow realize what I gotta do. I do believe everybody feels the way I do about you.
The man, the myth, the legend. Dubbo man. That's who you. I'm somehow more tired than I am yesterday. Yeah, you got just Harry in the car?
Oh, there he is. Got him!
So you did skin alcohol.
Right.
Are we going to win today?
No.
I wasn't asking you.
I was answering for him. It's true.
What's going to be the strats for winning today?
I'm a big fan of cheating. None of the Vanquish soul cards actually activate as summon, so you can't chain to it, and that'll do it.
And you can activate both effects.
Yeah.
You know what I raised you? Fuck you, Zeus.
No, I Zeused you first, bitch.
Yeah, and then I Zeused you better.
Yeah, it's like a progression.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah.
There he is. It's the boy.
Hey.
The winner from yesterday.
And I just found out how he won.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give away. Yeah, he bluffed his way. He threatened Nash Knight.
Whisper.
He's fucking. No, it's all good. It's all good. I won't give away his secrets. I'll have to buy his spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, spreadsheet. Jerry spreadsheet.
It's just bluff Nash Knight.
Okay, so we are 2 rounds deep into OTS Orange. Round 1, I went full wombo and combo against the buy. And round 2, we went up against K9 Crystron. Game 1, he takes it pretty easily. Game 2, I struggled to take it away from him. Still get it. And Game 3, he opened no Crystron cards. So he was only able to set up the Izuna, Ripper, and Lupus because I lost him earlier in the turn, which meant if he bridged into the Crystron stuff, then I'd be drawing way too many. So passes turn to me with 3 monsters on board, goes into Valen, and my first interaction was Dark Hole. Then I just started comboing off from there. So that means we have 3 more rounds. I think I can only afford to drop 1, potentially. Both. True, I will win all 3. I am not that skilled though. Exactly. Yummers. It's like blurry as shit. So far, I think the undefeateds is mostly Draco Tail. There's a Malice in the mix, maybe a Yummy or 2 actually. It's going to be a little bit more of an uphill battle from there, but we'll see how we go. Brother's got the sauce. Actually, no, he doesn't have the sauce. Just dry.
Ruining the audio.
So yeah, going through the list, so far we have Draco Tail, Yummy, Malice, then me as undefeated. Everyone else is dropped off.
What is it? I'm still in.
Alright, we're here with our round 3 and 4 matchup. Round 3 was against Malice. Game 1, I Perulia and 4 loss on his turn. He ends on Crypta, passes, we managed to get that one. Game 2, we 4 loss him, it goes through, but he still gets that one. And game 3, it was a bit of a grind, but we just went into Paradise on our turn, locked him out of his turn, set a Solemn Strike, and had enough gas in hand for the follow-up turn. I think on his turn he set it up Lingaribo and pass. We normal summon Razin search, Razin pop the Lingaribo, and that pretty much got it from there because we went into the K9 stuff. Round 4, we go up against Jackson playing Yummy. Game 1, he goes full combo, we didn't open any interaction. Game 2, I bricked pretty heavily. I think I opened the trap. Force release, Mad Love, and 2 Jiaolong. So we try to normal summon the Mad Love, he purges it, but it doesn't get destroyed. We go into Rock of the Vanquisher, Rock to add back Mad Love, set our spell and traps,
pass turn to him, he dusters, we activate Snow Devil to summon the Jiaolong and burn him for 1,000. Use Rock to summon Mad Love. Nothing much we can do because he had full combo from there. So that means we are currently 3-1. 3 wins, 1 loss, meaning there's one more round. If I win the next round, there's a possibility that I can still get my invite. If I lose the next round, well then I'm out, so fingers crossed. I've also made the realization that I haven't played a single Draco Tail yet. Depending on how the next round goes, we will be going up against a Draco Tail build, so we're gonna do a little bit of studying, see what we can do against them. I am back again. I really need to remember to film my post-game stuff. So we go into the final round against K9 Draco Tail. Game 1, it was a pretty back and forth game, but I was still pretty far ahead, so I managed to get that one. Game 2, he got it, and then Game 3, I did eventually get it. I don't want to come off as a tryhard when I say that I think the only reason I did so well against all of my K9 mirrors was because I knew more about the K9 stuff, except for Caleb. Caleb has spent so much time testing in comparison to me, who has only been testing it a week prior to the events. But yeah, no, having that experience probably gave me a little bit of a leg up against everyone else that was also on a K9 variant. You know, I wasn't only just keeping track of my K9 stuff, especially with the locks, but I was also keeping track of my opponents. There was a time there where someone tried to make a Paradise Smasher, but I let them know that they were under a Jokel lock or a Ripper lock, which genuinely did save me, because if I wasn't keeping track of what they were doing, then I probably would have lost all of my games against the K9 variants, which did also mean that they would have to go into a different board than they were hoping or trying to build, which made things a little bit awkward for them. But anyway, that's besides the point. We finished up our Draco Tail matchup, which meant we were 4-1, which is marginally better than yesterday. So we did the waiting thing. We had to wait for everyone else to finish up their rounds, and I was feeling a little bit confident that I wouldn't get cucked out of my invite this time. Thank you, Jerry. So yeah, after a bit of time, we ended up getting it. We got second place. Jackson ended up taking it home. His deck profile is probably already up by the time this video comes out. So if you're interested to see what he was playing or tech choices that he went for the OTS weekend, feel free to watch the video maybe. Please. And finally, to cap off the video, I figured I would do my own deck profile, considering I came second. Okay, to start us off, we have 3 Rasen, pretty standard as far as everything goes. We also have 3 Mad Love. Best use is to get the field spell. I am glad that the field spell is searchable, because not being able to search Stake Your Soul kind of sucks, but I feel like she makes up for it now with the field spell. Alright, up next we have 3 Jiaolong. It was at 2 when I first started the build, but bumped it up to a 3rd because I figured that's probably more correct. And for the next 5, I have Holisu. This card has been really good. Unfortunately, my deck building skills probably isn't the best. You'll probably figure that out as the deck list goes on. So I wasn't able to get too many combinations off with her going turn 0, but that's more of a me thing. I just build decks weirdly. Next, I have 1 Borga, and this was at 2, but Jackson made the point that it doesn't really do anything to help with the K9 side of things, so I bumped it down to 1. And he also made a point that he also contends as a brick when you pair it with Valius, which is a valid point. So cut Borga down to 1 and also have Valius down at 1 as well. For the K9 stuff, I have 3 Izuna and 3 Jokel, as well as a Lantern and a Lupus. Not too much to say. I feel like this is pretty standard as far as the deck goes. When going second, I would drop a Jokel and a Jiaolong, just so I had a better chance at seeing something like an Izuna or Holisu. But other than that, I think the ratios for these guys was pretty perfect. I wouldn't change too much about them. For the hand traps, it was pretty bare bones. I was playing 3 Forlos, 3 Perulia, and 3 Ash. I probably could have cut something within the deck to include more, but I feel like Forlos by itself has been a really good card to prevent your opponent from committing to a full board. Although that did not stop me from just opening Perulias. Perulia was pretty much stuck in my hand most of the time, except against for Malice, where I did manage to open both in my opening hand. Up next I have the one-of spells, so I have Start, Rhoda, and Pros paired with Stake Your Soul, just to be able to make sure I see Razin in my opening hand essentially. Yeah, these are just extra copies of Razin. Apart from this, obviously, this isn't good unless I see another Vanquish Soul to pair it with, but still not too bad. For the Canine stuff, we have one Case and one Forced Release. And to round off the deck, we have one Call by the Grave and one Snow Devil. Really hated seeing this card in my opening hands. As you would have seen in the vlog, on the Friday, I seen this card like all of 5 times. And going into round 1 at the dubbo OTS, I made a joke that I would see it in my opening hand. And yeah, I did. As much as I did hate it though, it is a necessary card to have in the deck. Alright, moving on to the extra deck, I'll start off with the links. So obviously playing 2 Rock of the Vanquish Soul. Probably wouldn't play it at 3. Feel like 2 was perfectly fine. By the time you would need the third one, the game's already over. Next I have SP. I feel like I didn't make it too much, and when I did, I probably could have played something else in its place. Still kept it in though for day 2 because I couldn't really think of anything else at the time to put in. The next 2 cards I definitely would have cut in favor of something else though, which is Dark and Closed Moon. Dark was for the Mitsurugi matchup, and I did not play a single duelist that was playing Mitsurugi, so that was a waste. And this was like a last card to throw in. Definitely would not recommend putting it in. Alright, for the Canine stuff, we have 2 Ripper, Hound, and Werewolf. I decided to play a second Ripper just because having the protection against hand traps was a pretty solid option. There were moments there where I could make a Ripper on their turn too, which was just an extra body. That, and I couldn't really figure out what else I really wanted to replace the Ripper with, so that's why I'm playing a second one. And for the other miscellaneous 5s, I have Nash Knight, Masquerade, Chaos Nash Knight, Umbral Horror, Valen, and Paradise Smasher. Not too much to say about all of this. I just think this is probably the correct stuff to play. Valen, I didn't go into too much, I will say, and that is probably because I didn't really read too much into this card going into the format. Had I done a bit more testing with Valen though, I probably would have used it to its full potential. Alrighty, time for the side deck. This is probably where the more questionable choices lie, and I'll show you what I mean because I am playing 3 Book of Eclipse. The reason why I did put this in was because in theory, this was to be played against Yummy and the Vanquish Canine mirrors. The only time it came up was against the Blue Eyes player and we went to time. So overall, decent card, not really, but next I have 2 Thrusts, 3 Dark Ruler. In hindsight, I probably should have cut the 3rd Dark Ruler in favor of the 3rd Thrust, but I think at the time I just really wanted to maximize my chances at seeing this first and this second, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. Then we have 2 Lightning Storm and a Harpy's Feather Duster. And for the most underrated pick to round out the powerhouse spells, I went with Darkhold. This card absolutely smashed, especially against one of my Yummy players that I went up against, because it was game 2. He sets up the Yummy board without the Herald of the Arclight, and my opening act was to Darkhold their board away. They let it resolve, that was fine, and then I Lightning Stormed their back row away, and that's when they started trying to play on my turn. They revive a monster, start activating an effect, and then I thrusted into a Dark Ruler to pretty much clean them up from there. That was probably the most busted hands I had because I also had 2 starters. I think it was Razin paired with maybe Jiaolong, and yeah, just cleaned up after that. The last cards I was playing was 3 Solemn Strikes. Not too much to say. This was more so for Yummy, I feel, just to get them off of their normal summon, but this came
It didn't really come up against Malice, but I did have this there for Malice when I played against that. It was just sitting there in game 3. Didn't get the chance to use it because they were under the effects of Paradise Smasher. It would have been a good backup plan to have. But yeah, that was the deck list. If there was anything that I was going to change, it would be the extra deck, especially the Dark and the Goddess. And if I was to replace them with any cards, I feel like I would have gone with Typhon and Zeus. If I didn't feel confident in SP, I'd probably also throw in Vanquish Soul Rock. Just didn't feel this card at all, especially when it first released. I tried to use it, it never really came up, but I feel like these two definitely would have been slot-ins, just because there were times where, you know, my opponent would put up a problematic monster that could have been solved with the Typhon or could have been solved with Zeus and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about the only things I would change. Maybe a few choices with main or side that I could have changed, but overall I think the deck list did perform pretty well. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys did enjoy what you see, please consider subscribing. We are so close to 150 subscribers, so if we can make that by the end of the week, that would probably make my whole year. I say that and we're pretty close to the end of the year. But yeah, this was a phenomenal pull as well. Overall, it was just a really good weekend. But anyway, that's about it. I will see you guys in the next one. That's game.
Today's gonna be the gonna throw you. By now you should somehow realize what I gotta do. I do believe everybody feels the way I do about you now.